All right, so a couple questions about Google Docs Cloud assignments. If you've already created your Google Docs Cloud assignment, now you want to grade the assignment and also make sure your students know how to submit the assignment. I'm going to go over that in this short video. So in this case, I've already made a Google Docs Cloud assignment, and they have this generic little assignment here that's already created in my assignments. So now I'm going to go into a student account.
Okay, so now I'm logged into a student account, and because I put a due date on the assignment, it'll show up under their to-do without them even being in my class, which is kind of cool. So the due date is important. So you click on the assignment, and it will load. Now, if the document itself doesn't load, they'll see a button that says authorized. That just means that the student needs to link their Google account to their Canvas. So if it's their first time using Canvas, most likely they're going to have to do that. So in this case, they can see the assignment here, but because it's so small, it's hard for them to see in the window. So if you set it up so that it opens in a new browser tab, it can be helpful, but the student can also go into their Google Drive and open the document there. Now, I'm not going to show you that for this. I just want to get this in and done. So what happens is, as soon as they start typing, it saves it right into their drive. So the student could go into their Google Drive and they would see this assignment there. But I'm going to type it in here because I just want to make this nice and quick. So this is my Now, I deliberately made a few errors because as a teacher, I'm going to go back and grade it. So now the student finishes it. They click this submit button. This is where it's tricky on the student side because I get a lot of students that they're not sure if they actually finished or submitted the assignment because the button still says submit. But right over here, it says Google Docs Cloud example, and it says submitted at August 11th at 10:40. So that means that they actually submitted it. And so it's all set. And if the student goes back to the assignments listing for my class, one of the ways that they can tell that it was done is right here. It'll say not yet graded. And because it says not yet graded, that means that me as the teacher, it's up to me to do something for them to be able to see it. So if it just looked like this, where it says closed, a dash, and no submission, if they hover over it, they'll see it says no submission. But in this case, they can click over it and they'll see that it has not been graded by the teacher. So they're good. So I'm going to go back to the teacher side now and show you the next step.
Okay, so I am going to show you what it looks like when a student submits the assignment and you grade it. Now this one will already have some markup on it because getting the comments to appear correctly, I did it wrong the first time. So this time through, I'm going to do it right. You'll see the assignment over here once the student submits it on your dashboard, the name of the assignment, and this number 1 means that one student has submitted the assignment. If you have more than one, that number will change. So you can click it, it'll take you right to the latest submission, which in this case is this particular student. And if I want to put some comments on here, I can do that in a couple of different ways. I can add a text comment by using this text tool over here and say, please redo this. And then that text will show up there. But if I want to write on it, I can click this text tool. I can highlight things. Now, if you highlight things, in order for this to be visible to the students, you're going to have to click on this little text tool over here and leave a comment. No text words. And then you can put that in there. You can also mark it up with some drawing. And you can circle things, and very similar. And you can put those there. You can then give them a really bad grade because they did a really bad job. And you can type in a comment, or you can record a media comment, which I'm going to do right now as an example. You just click there. It's going to load, and you can click Start Recording. Hi, thanks for submitting the assignment, but take a look at the comments. You'll want to click view feedback and look at the comments that I made, redo it, and submit it again for a higher grade. If you have any questions, send me an email. Thanks a lot. Bye. Once you do that, you go ahead and click save. If you want to do it again, just click the start over. Click the save, and it'll take a minute for it to process and end up back in Canvas. So we'll just wait for that. Usually happens faster, but there it is, and I can go ahead and click submit, and the student will then see that on their end in the feedback. So now we'll go to the student side. Okay, so we are back in the student side one last time. When they're on their dashboard, under recent feedback, it'll show up what I just sent them, and since I have the video, they'll see this little image here. If I had typed a text response, it would show up in there too. So if I click it as a student, I am going to see that there's a couple media comments. I had replied, and this is the most recent. They can click that to play it, but they don't see what I wrote. So for a student to see what was written, they have to click view feedback, and they can then see what I did. So they can see that I highlighted, that I added some comments, that I said to add some punctuation, and they can see what the changes are that they need to make. They can then go back to their document and they can edit it. From that same view feedback, they have the option to download an annotated PDF. If they want to have that separately, they can certainly do that. And that is all for the student side of things. So that's how you grade and send back the information on a Google Docs Cloud assignment. If you have any questions, just reach out. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.